Hello, hello. Dang it, Jared's in the. Wait, what? What is this? Oh, I have Connor in this overlay. That's why this is messed up. All right, give me a second. Let me see if I can find the one without Connor. I know that one that exists. Hello, we're back with Hellbreaker, the Hellbreaker sequence, and we are gonna go ahead and do the end of the age things. It doesn't look like, that was the wrong overlay. Doesn't look like Connor will be able to pop on with us, but I'll obviously get him to do his stuff. It just would be kind of a little bit strange to do it out of order. His stuff probably won't affect your guys' stuff very much, but that's okay. We can figure that out. So basically, we have reached the point in the Hellbreaker sequence where we're going to do an age turn. Things have progressed. Alliances have been formed and reformed. And we're about to kind of take a new step into the progression of this game. And so let's go ahead and look at what happens when you do this. I know the map's going to change quite a bit, which will be interesting because I'll basically just have to make a new map at this point. Switch some things around, which would be fine. Let me find where the end of the age stuff is. Here we go, moving the clock forward. From its beginnings in the ruins of the fall to the glittering wonders of the rebuilt future, your family's story is one that spans ages. Before I continue with this, I need to just let this dog out of this room. She's gonna keep.
Oh, Tara's in there.
But she's so cute, though.
She can come on my camera. Come on, Kellen.
I thought she wanted to be in here with me, but she apparently didn't. So she likes Carl better.
It's Tara.
What was I doing? I wasn't reading this. Okay, let's start again. Moving the clock forward. From its beginnings in the ruins of the fall to the glittering wonders of the rebuilt future, your family story is one that spans ages. As you move from generation to generation, you'll see families take radically different forms, great changes sweep of the homeland, and whole new nations emerge. When you feel you've dealt with the threats and opportunities of the current age, call for the age to turn. If nobody objects, go ahead and trigger the move. If anyone objects, they get an opportunity to resolve their unfinished business, and then time moves on. In general, Legacy assumes a given age will last between 2 and 5 sessions. The idea is to provide snapshots of your family's history. Here we are. This is the 11th session. That makes sense.
Was it really that long?
Mm-hmm. One of those sessions was just me, and one of those sessions was just me and Carly.
Right, okay.
But yeah. Still, I mean, 9, almost double the amount of that it suggests. The group can call for different amounts of time to pass depending on how much change they want to see. A few years is enough to shake up things a little bit while still allowing you to revisit familiar characters and places, while a century or more gives space to really reinvent the world. What do we want to be the actual time frame here?
I'm fine with either because my character comes back again.
It's true, you're immortal, so it doesn't matter. Because that's the thing, right? If we advance it too much, the characters will change, all of them, right? But I don't think we want to do that with this age. I think I know that immediately because I know Iseret's coming back, and I know some other people wanted their characters to come back too. But I mean, how long are we thinking?
24 years. No, wait, sorry, 25 years.
I mean, 25 years would be a considerable amount. It would work. I'd be fine
Connor
with
would
that.
have gotten that joke.
I don't want it to be too quick.
Yeah.
Because I want considerable change to happen.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't mind Episkiadzos dying of old age.
Yeah.
At some point. Well, I've been playing this character quite a bit, and he's done good work for me. I'm not so attached
tied
to him.
Yeah.
One thought is we wanted Iseret to grow up.
Yeah.
25 years is plenty.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of lose some resolution on what happens with Riva and the new Harmony and the Hellbreakers.
That's true.
Which is like
yeah.
going to be a really tumultuous period.
Yeah, I don't think we want to
So,
skip
I don't
25 years then. What if
I mean,
we
I don't
just
know
say
how old
like
Easter
5
was,
years?
but yeah, 5 or 7 years is probably enough to age her up to be.
Yeah, because 5 will be fine to
Stage
age
of
Easter.
life.
Easter will be like an older teenager, which is still perfectly fine for the thing that he's deciding to do with her. And then we have enough time where Riva's been doing like there's been stuff that's happened, obviously, but Riva can still be in a place where we can play out some of that, idealism stuff that I'm interested in.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because, yeah, I think that was the thing. I was like, there isn't really a character that we needed to bring back, but I was like, oh, Riva. Yeah, Riva is definitely a character we need to bring back besides Easter.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I'm done with that. Let's do maybe like 5 years, I think, is perfectly fine.
Cool.
Because, I mean, 5 years, a lot can happen in 5 years. I know this personally from my life. So,
Mhm.
cool. So let's say 5 years. This is what we do, guys. When the age turns, when years and generations pass by, roll plus mood. And then we'll just roll plus mood, and then I'll tell you what happens. Right? So the way this works is your mood is your surpluses minus your needs. And that's the like bonus you get. And then things happen. So let's, I guess, just start with perihelions. Let's just start in the overlay order.
I'm at a 0 now.
Yeah, you have a 0 now, so it's like you don't have a -3 like you had before.
Yeah.
But
David, don't roll snake eyes.
Yeah, I'll try not to.
yeah, so go ahead and roll your mood. This is basically right. The mood is like of course. Oh my gosh.
Yep. At least I didn't get a 1 for
How
the
did
first time
this
ever.
happen? Okay, so mood is like the family's like ability to hold together and like go through hardship and stuff, right? They're that sort of stuff. And so this is like how well does the perihelions faction hold together during the 5-year time period? And honestly, I think this makes sense. Like the perihelions are very fractured right now. They're basically just like a protectorate of the Last Watch at this point. So it makes sense that maybe things haven't gone so well for them.
Yeah.
All right, so on a miss, you choose 2 trials. So I didn't really realize you get to choose these. There's a list in the book of trials and fortunes, and I believe the other extra books add some more in. Let me double check that because I'm curious if that is the case. Maybe they don't, but I just want to make sure that we're not going to miss any. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, there's like extra wonders and stuff. Yeah, no, okay. It's just the same ones. I think these are generic enough that it's not like they're so specific that they'll be like, wait, why did we doing this again? Sort of a thing. So I guess this is the question. Do we want to have everybody roll and then go through the trials and fortunes? Or do it one by one? I feel like it might be more interesting to have everybody roll, and then I can read the list off, and we can choose ones. So we know.
Let's do that so we don't
Yeah.
have to keep going back over the list repeatedly.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because I know
so-
I'm going to forget by the time my turn comes around.
Exactly. So we know the perihelions have to choose 2 trials. Josh, would you roll your mood with a new harmony? You have a
Okay.
+0 as well.
Okay.
Okay. 1 trial and 1 fortune, and you gain 1 tech.
Yay.
Jared, the last watch.
2d6.
Yep. And then plus your mood. Yeah, so it's a 9 altogether.
Oh, 9.
Because you have a +4. Cool. So it's still 7 to 9 for you, though. Choose 1 trial and 1 fortune and gain 1 tech. So there you go. And then Carly, Heralds. They have
What is my
a +0.
okay?
So just a 2d6. Oh no! Choose 2 trials. All right. Lots of trials. All right.
Almost like we're playing a Powered by the Apocalypse game.
It's almost like that. Okay. I'll just go through the list of trials first. Your family suffers persecution and violence, but it pushes them to adapt and grow. Gain a new family move, but gain the need justice. Your family was subsumed or enslaved by another family and have only recently managed to break away. Take a move from their playbook, but they get too treaty on you. I mean, that could be one for the perihelions, right? Starvation and poverty forced your family to try raiding and thieving, and it ticks some people off. Gain 3 surpluses, your choice, but give 2 treaty to 2 other families. Something monstrous from out of the wasteland took a particular dislike to your family and has been hounding them ever since. Say some secretly you've learned about it. Gain 2 tech from scavenged parts of it, but take disadvantage on family moves against it. That's cool.
Mm.
A plague ravaged your family, and no other families could help. Afterwards, they promise aid in the future. Gain 3 treaties split between any families you wish, but need medicine. Your family saved the homeland from some great threat, whether invading armies or natural disaster, but at a great cost to themselves. Gain +1 reach and surplus morale, but take the need recruits. Your family fell apart into feuding factions. The eventual victors are stronger, more unified, but lacking refinement. Gain +1 grasp and surplus leadership, but gain the need prestige. Disaster scattered your family. You abandoned your holdings, but you know how to stay hidden better than ever. Gain +1 sleight and surplus scouts, but take the need land. Those are your trial options. Any of those jump out to everybody?
Yeah, I liked a few of them. I liked what was the first one?
Your family suffers persecution and violence, but it pushes them to adapt and grow. Gain a new family move, but gain the need justice.
Okay, that seemed like an option.
Yeah.
I like
I
number
also-
3 for you, David. You can get some surplus.
Starvation and poverty force your family to try raiding and thieving, and it ticks some people off. Gain 3 surpluses, your
Well,
choice.
I kind of thought maybe the last one made sense because we're barely even there now.
Right.
Like everyone left, and then the group that went in there, the only person really who survived took over. So, and it wasn't a perihelion. So, I feel like it might make sense that at least the core of the perihelions doesn't even live there anymore.
Yeah. Disaster scattered your family. You abandon your holdings, but you know how to stay hidden better than ever. Gain +1 sleight and surplus scouts, but take the need land. I think that makes perfect sense. And that gives us more of a direction for the perihelions, right? Instead of just being like, well, I guess we're just down on our luck. It's like, oh, okay, they've turned into like a hidden thing. Like
Yeah, I
they're
like the
secretive and
idea
stuff.
that they functionally become a scattered group of people who still think very highly of themselves and think that they deserve justice
Right.
for what happened, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I think those two work well together.
Which one's the suffer persecution and violence?
Yeah, the first and last.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. That makes sense to me. So your family suffers persecution and violence, but it pushes them to adapt and grow. So, I mean, basically what this is the Hellbreakers turned on you, right? Like, they've been hounding you, and the Last Watch has been trying to protect you, but, I mean, the Hellbreakers they have a vendetta. And eventually it just became to the point where the Last Watch is like, okay, I mean, you're in control of all of your stuff. Like, we don't even need to really care about you anymore. And then the perihelions just kind of dispersed and went to do their own thing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Do we want to resolve these as people choose them then, and get the family moves and all that stuff? Or I feel like we should do that because otherwise we're gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
solve each one independently after hearing the whole list.
Yeah. Okay. So what new family move do you want, David? I think we're in the family playbooks here. Yeah. Any of those look interesting?
Yeah, I'll have to look this up. Yeah. Let me pull up the rulebook.
Should also be in the family playbooks, like on the Roll20 page.
Yeah, duh. I need to look at that. Okay.
Storm Lords. That's so cool.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be cool now that, well, that radiates from the readout, though.
Oh, that's true.
I think they all kind of do, actually.
I mean, yeah, that is
So-
the focus of the perihelions.
Maybe I should take Parliament of Ghosts. It says those who consult the preserved remains of your ancestors will uncover secrets. So, like, we brought some of the weird ghost wraith things
Oh,
with us.
perfect. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, when the age turns, they reveal a previously unknown landmark or custom from the past. That's cool. I'm fine with letting you do that now. As we, when we get to that part. Okay, cool.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Awesome. And then you get the need. What was it? Need justice. Okay. You just need ice. And then what was it? You gain +1 sleight and the surplus scouts. So your sleight is at 2 now. That's cool. And you get the surplus scouts.
Good, so I can make use of some of the other moves more effectively.
But take the need land. Okay, so that means your mood is at -1. Cool, awesome. Okay, what about everybody else? Carly, you have to choose 2. Josh and Jared, you have to choose 1.
Yeah, I'm thinking the 4th one and whatever the plague one was.
A plague ravaged your family and no other families could help. Afterwards, they promise aid in the future. Gain 3 treaties split between any families you wish, but take the need medicine.
And I'm imagining that was some kind of computer virus.
Well, I mean, the Perihelions did the whole, right? Turn back the heralds'
cool
nanobots
if,
on themselves, right?
One of those heralds lived and then went back.
Right, exactly.
And now it's it's just copying itself.
Did you ever watch
like
that session or were in that session, Carly?
I think I was in that session.
Were you in that session? Who were you
I just don't
playing?
know. I don't think I was playing a quick character.
Oh, you didn't do a quick character.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then it would basically be the reverse of what happened to the Perihelions.
Yeah,
and
that's
steal your
super
stuff.
fun. Yeah. Okay, sure. Let's see. Gain 3 treaties split between any families you wish. What treaty do you want on families? Basically, these are the ones that promised to help in the future but couldn't help you when it was happening. I mean, Last Watch would be an obvious one.
Yeah.
And you could literally you could choose all 3 on them, or some other recollection maybe, or the Perihelions.
Grab some treaty on the Perihelions because the
Perihelions might make
embarrassment
sense.
of them being
Yeah,
the ones that unleashed
exactly.
the problem in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, although it was a cure for the thing that we got from them, so I don't know if they really care. But that doesn't mean it. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I want 2 treaty on the Perihelions and 1 on what were the other ones you were saying?
Last Watch and Recollection.
Okay.
Last Watch makes more sense.
Yeah. Probably the last one on the Last Watch.
Okay. Perfect. Here, let me just mark that real quick so I know everybody's situation here. And Heralds. Boom. Okay. But then you get the need medicine. Yeah, so basically, the nanobots are turning against you. But you figured it out. It was fine. But yeah, you have the need medicine. Which for you is like spare parts and computer things. Yeah. Yeah, so quiet.
Software patches.
Yeah, exactly.
You're fine. You're fine.
And then what was the one you were thinking of to the 4th one? 1, 2. Something monstrous from the around the wasteland took a particular dislike to your family and has been hounding them ever since. Say some secret you've learned about it. Gain 2 tech from scavenged parts of it, but take disadvantage on family moves against it. What is it? What's the monstrous thing?
I don't know. Maybe another one of those big Kraken Tannerin things. that
Okay.
attacked the ship before, but bigger.
Sure. Okay. I mean, that automatically adds something to the map. There's
I'm a squid.
apparently a giant demon kraken around somewhere. That's fun. Okay, so you get 2 tech from scavenged parts of it. And what's some secret you've learned about it?
I don't know.
Maybe it's related in some way to Easter eggs.
What?
Saying maybe it's related in some way to Easter eggs, Tannerin. Literally or figuratively related. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We can think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, you've learned some secret about it, and we can figure out what that is. Cool. I get to come up with cool demon kraken things. Josh and Jared.
I don't know which one quite would make sense. Does it need to make sense, or is it just
It kind of needs
Is
to
it
make
arbitrary,
sense.
or- like is it
I mean,
based
the
on
one that
what's
makes
happened? Or...
the one that makes the most sense for you, Jared, is your family saved the homeland from some great threat, whether invading armies or natural disaster, but at great cost to themselves, right? So sometime within this 5-year period, there was some sort of invasion or something else,
Okay.
natural disaster, and the Last Watch, being kind of the people in charge right now, helped save everybody because that's what they do.
I will do that one, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. What was it?
Oh boy.
Like, was it one of the things that I had on the map as like a secret thing? Oh, that's based on your faction actually, Jared, but it just never came up so far. Was an upcoming resurgence of the Seat of the Fall. So it was like terraforming things gone wrong. Maybe that just happened, and because it kind of redeems you a little bit, right? In at least in some people's eyes, right? It's like the something really went wrong with the terraforming weather or something or other, and the Last Watch actually this time used their terraforming weapons to save people instead of letting people, die. That could kind of be a cool thing.
Yeah. So I gain a reach.
Yeah, you gain +1 reach and the surplus morale, but you take the need recruits.
Okay. Gotcha.
So let's take a look at your stuff and figure that out. I think that for you, that means I think you just lose the surplus recruits because you had it as a surplus before.
Okay.
Huh. So it doesn't just flip it to a need that.
No. But basically,
Aren't
whenever that
needs
happens,
supposed to be part of the process that drives the game.
yes, but it always happens where if you have a surplus and you gain a need, the surplus goes away. Or if you have a need and you gain a surplus, the need goes away. But you don't automatically get it 2 levels up and just get the thing. That's in the rules there.
You want to bump up my reach?
Yeah, sure thing. You're actually
Thanks,
sort of
my
good
dude.
at diplomacy now. Good job.
No, I've been trying to do so much diplomacy, but it's the thing I'm the worst at.
Mm-hmm. And then what was it? You get the need morale or the surplus morale. Yeah.
Yeah.
So people like you.
Yay.
And your faction's like, yeah, Cassius is cool. He redeemed us. Josh, what are you thinking?
Something monstrous is like a great fun thing, but I'm not sure I'm gonna go with that because we've already got one.
Yeah.
How often do you roll move? Is that just at the end?
It just that, and then technically at any point I could just say like, "Hey, it looks like there's a natural disaster that just happens. Roll plus move to see how your faction holds together." I just didn't do that this age. That is also a thing that can happen. You also roll it when you're resisting someone using treaty on you.
Oh.
But, yeah, it just didn't come up a whole lot because I was kind of feeling out your guys' motivations more than I was like providing threats. So
Okay.
I'm thinking I want to go with suffers persecution and violence, but wishes them to adapt and grow.
who's doing the persecuting and violencing on you? The
Um,
Last Watch.
That's a reasonable one. Yeah.
Cool. So you get a new family move.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Insane Wonders. Once the Enlightened Madness sequence is complete, you gain the infused quality as a surplus. When used in a wonder, this surplus can replace any of its regular
That's
requirements.
so cool.
Tell us how the project was warped in eldritch ways.
That's amazing. I'm so excited to get to the wonders part of this game because,
Yeah, when does that come up?
The next age. I basically it just it recommends you don't start with them because the game is complicated enough without also throwing wonders into it right away.
Mhm.
But second age, yeah, we're gonna get to wonders, and you guys can use your surpluses to build cool things. So
So that's okay. I know what I'm gonna do for my fortune.
and then you get the need justice. Okay, cool. All right, fortunes. Josh and Jared, what do you want for your fortunes?
Yeah.
Have you looked at them, or do you want me to read them?
I was looking a little bit at them, but I would appreciate if you read them
Sure thing.
so that the whole group's on the same page.
Yeah, they're fun to read through anyway. Your family goes through a golden age, questioning old philosophies and forging new paths. Gain a new family move, but gain the need leadership. Through marriage and trade, you learn the strength of another family. Take a move from their playbook, but they get too treaty on you. Your family spends its time brokering deals and making friends. If you erase 2 of your surpluses by spending them on gifts and trades, you can gain 3 treaty divided between other families however you wish. Your family found a hidden vault still intact from the world before. That already happened. Say what its true treasure was and gain 2 tech from additional scavenging. However, decades of delving have left you isolated. Gain, need, trade. Your family finds a windfall, whether through scavenging or by absorbing a smaller family. Gain 3 surpluses of your choice, but it's left you bloated. Gain the need morale. Your family builds a place of safety and commerce, creating a new haven in this land. Gain +1 reach and surplus prestige, but take the need crops. You go to war, whether for justice or spoils. Gain +1 grasp and surplus weaponry, but someone out there has taken a grudge. Take disadvantage on all reach moves against them until they've been dealt with for good. Lastly, a series of messy public disagreements caused many family members to leave, but it was all according to plan. From their new homes, your exiles send you regular reports on their hosts' activities. Gain +1 sleight and surplus spies, but take the need recruits. That's cool. What do you think, guys?
I'm awfully interested in some of those family moves from the Hellbreakers playbook.
Ooh, yeah. Through marriage and trade, you join the strength of another family. I mean, that makes perfect sense for this current situation you found.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much marriage and trade, but, the figurative versions of that.
Sure. Heck can't stop us. When you make a grand collective effort to create a wonder, you can invest the surplus leadership or morale without erasing it.
Perfect. Oh, I see what Josh is doing. I think we're playing a wonder game next.
I have been wanting to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fully know what it's going to be yet.
I love that you have the move, Hell Can't Stop Us now. Like, that's so funny. But for you,
for that one, does
just I was just gonna say, but for you, it probably is Heck Can't Stop Us because Heck is the good version, right? The nice version.
Oh, where are we? Oh, we're in Heck. That down there is hell.
Exactly.
Everything here is just mildly inconvenient, don't you know?
Yep. And apparently we're Canadians. Sorry, Jared, what were you gonna say? Yeah, so they get 2 treaty on you then, Josh.
Okay. I'm just handing out treaty left and right. I should probably think a little bit more about what that resource actually does.
We haven't used it a whole lot, so
I'm banking on that fact.
mainly just because it disrupts the flow of play a little bit, because like we basically have to deal with whatever is going on right there. And a lot of times we just had other things in mind that we were taking care of.
It was mostly spent at the end of the session to like obligate for surpluses.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, you picked yours already?
Yes, through marriage and trade, you gain strengths. It's hard to read at this distance. For marriage and trade, you gain 1 strength of another family. Take a move from their playbook. They get 2 treaty on you. I took that move from the Hellbreaker's playbook.
Yeah.
So that one has to be a family move that you get?
Yeah, it's another
Yes.
family move from, that playbook.
I was looking at David's moves.
Yeah, just assimilate yourself more and more with the perihelions.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do the nope, not that one. Your family finds a windfall either through scavenging or absorbing a smaller family. I'm going to take the perihelions thingy thing. Their space.
Oh, right, that makes sense, right? Yeah, absorbing a lot.
I basically have that anyway.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, you're just absorbing more of their stuff, and you get surpluses from it. That makes sense. 3 surpluses of your choice, but you get the need morale.
And that doesn't even become a need because it is a surplus.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it just goes away.
Okay,
so at this point, though, keep in mind, before you choose this option, if you ever get above a mood +4, there's actually a thing that happens. You don't keep getting surpluses. Something good happens, but like, let me double check this. I'll find it real quick. Where is this?
Flush with resources. It's on family moves.
Flush with resources. Where is that one? Wait, where is the family moves? Oh, I found it. But I can't. Wait, where is the...
Oh.
There you go.
I've had +4 for a while.
Oh, if your move would go over +3. I literally thought it was +4 the entire time.
It is +4.
It's plus. Right.
So
But
the phrasing on the handout is if it hits +4.
no,
That's
it
probably
says,
where the confusion comes
go
from.
over +3.
No. The handout is actually different from what you're looking at. So the
It
phrasing
says-
on the
it's-
family moves in the handout
It's different.
says if
Yeah,
it-
sometimes
it's the
that happens.
same effect, but
Yeah.
the phrasing is different, which is I think part of what was causing the confusion.
Yeah, that makes sense. So makes sense that you just lost a need, but you get 3 surpluses now. So basically, if you want to, you erase a surplus and pick one of these cool options. Sell off the excess for 1 tech. Give the excess to your allies. Make a show gain advantage. Find next.
But I mean, it would technically hit over +4 a bunch of times because I'm getting 3 more.
Yeah, and honestly, that doesn't even make sense for this whole situation because these are all like things that happen like as the game is progressing. So it wouldn't be as helpful to you to choose that option.
So I wouldn't get this for the next aid. These things.
No, because they all have to. You can't get it over +3.
Oh.
Yeah. And I know that's very unfortunate.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, okay. What if we say this? If the last watch is starting to work on a wonder, and they want to mark off all 3 of those surpluses that they have, and they get 3 more, are we fine with letting him do that?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't want to give him a free wonder game.
I think that
moves.
makes sense. Yeah, because otherwise, yeah, I think I agree with you. So just don't choose that option, Jared, because it's gonna lead
I'm so
to
sad.
yeah, it's just gonna lead to be a little confusing.
It
And so
will.
You're right.
we're
'cause
gonna
then
have
you
to
end up-
erase. Go ahead.
Oh, just because then he ends up having to call this flush with resources move a bunch of times. And you end up getting other random effects anyway. So why don't you just choose the effect that you want from
exactly.
the age turn that doesn't cause us to cascade down into other rules?
Yeah, it does mean though that when you get the morale from the other thing you had before, you have to erase one of those surpluses and then.
So I get that one time.
And yeah, it has to happen at least one time.
Also, invest in better equipment, get a new gear option. I like the sound of that.
That is cool.
I was not prepared.
Yeah, which surplus do you want to erase then?
I'll just do justice, I guess.
Yeah, makes sense. And then you get to choose one of the flush with resources options.
They're giving me so many things to read. Okay, grass, sliding.
Oh, you can only pick each option once per age.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I'm sorry this is taking so long. I thought I had what I wanted.
No, you're good.
They keep giving me surpluses.
Right. Well, you know what your flush with resources option do you want to choose is?
Yeah, I'll do that one again.
Like some of them give you advantage with something until the end of the age, but that doesn't make any sense. So you probably want to choose sell off the excess for one tech or gain one more gear option.
Well, didn't I get it during the age change? So won't this carry into the next age?
Are we fine with that, guys? Yeah. Okay, I'm fine with that then.
As long as you can't choose it twice, I'm okay with it.
Right. Yeah.
So I can give the excess to my allies and gain reach? Does that mean I can choose someone to give more rail to?
No, it literally just gain advantage with reach until the end of the age.
I know, but it says gift the excess to your allies.
Yeah, it's just like that's the narrative thing.
Gotcha. I'll do that one.
Okay. That was loud. Yeah, gain advantage with reach. Yeah, so basically the entire age you're going to have advantage with reach. That's pretty cool.
Cool. Do you want to make a little bubble next to that so I won't forget?
Yeah.
Because I will so forget that next week.
Sure thing. I'm going to put a little asterisk.
So now I need to choose another...
Yeah, a different...
I need to choose a fortune that doesn't give me...
Yep.
That doesn't give me a thing.
Surpluses, yeah.
Dang it.
Unless you want to get advantage with everything. Just the whole age.
I mean, I do. But...
Which you could... I mean, you could choose that option if you wanted to, and then you would get 3 more options from that list. It's just, if it happens again, you're not going to have many options to choose from. You'll have to be able to do it one more time, and then that's it.
Because I want to do the one that gives me gain plus reach and surplus peace. We build a place of safety and commerce.
I mean, just do it, right? Like you can, if you want the one reach anyway, and then you can just choose one of the surplus options.
Okay.
Flush for these surplus options. Oh, but you gain the surplus prestige, but you take the neat crops, so it actually doesn't.
Oh, okay.
It won't increase, so you're good. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I will do that.
Yeah, so you get the surplus prestige and the need crops.
So my reach is now +1.
Yes, it is. Look at you, Last Watch. Turning a new leaf. Awesome. I mean, I think this is the Last Watch taking over the Perihelions empire and making it a safe haven for everyone, right? Like, that's pretty cool. Awesome, cool. So, the other things that need to happen, updating the map. So, each player gives the broad story of their family through the age. So, I mean, that was through the age, so we all basically know what that is, right? The perihelions slowly descending into backbiting factionalism and losing.
Happens.
We're on stream.
Wait, are you on?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you just listened. Sorry.
The new harmony was slowly trying to corrupt everyone. The last watch struck from at the very end of the game and took over everything. And the heralds were attempting to help Riva and Iseret and failed on both accounts. They were trying to help people be good, and both of the people they were trying to help ended up becoming evil. That's the broad story of the family. We don't need to go into a whole big thing there. But then you can change your doctrine, lifestyle, assets, and tradition options as desired. So please go ahead and take a look at your faction's playbook and change any of those things if you wish.
So we can change around any of our family moves, you said?
No, not the family moves. Let me read the list again. Doctrine, lifestyle, assets, and traditions.
Oh.
Let's just go one at a time. David, are you going to change any from yours?
Just pulling up the list to see if anything makes sense.
I'm using my last heart on. Oh.
Sorry, it's traditions and doctrine. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, traditions, doctrine, lifestyle, and assets.
Okay. Second. Yeah, I'll look through them.
Okay.
Because
That's fine.
there'll probably be some changes.
Josh, anything jumping out to you right away?
I'm thinking maybe I want to look at doing settled instead of dispersed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think now that we've got some prestige, we've got Hellbreakers like explicitly following us, we can build our own place to be.
Is it going to be Kelith? That makes sense.
The
urban hellhole for the poor and shunned.
I don't think we want it to be Kelith. I think we want it to be an outskirts of Kelith.
Okay.
If that's possible.
Mhm.
Like a sort of almost like a suburban neighborhood.
I was going to say, yeah, like a suburb. Yeah.
Like a suburb of the city.
Sure.
Gated community.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That is so cool, though, with your lifestyle thing. Your settlement is an expression of the endless city, fleetingly touching this plane. You can perform a ritual to dissolve your settlement in the cover of night or mist just to reappear somewhere else on the map. That is so cool. Yeah, any of your doctrine traditions?
So it's like a wooded area.
Okay.
Of sorts.
So it's probably like the creepy like Paradise Lost style woods, though, the like weird purple trees and.
Yeah, sure. And like you can approach the place, and there's this big black wrought iron gate straddling the road.
Sure.
And the gate's not always there.
Right.
Because when the gate's not there, the settlement's not there.
Right.
It's just a plain old stand of gnarly trees.
That's cool.
The other one was...
Traditions, doctrine, and assets can all change as well.
Assets, okay.
Oh, your doctrine must change when the age turns.
Oh, okay.
So you can't be a twisted bloodline anymore. Like the normal people.
Okay.
Yeah, so these have to switch, right? Your true masters are something different from your rank and file. These have to switch around. Both of them do.
Was stats one of the things that could change?
No.
Oh, okay. Just lifestyle and doctrine?
Traditions, doctrine, lifestyle, and assets. The assets are like the gear in the bottom right of the sheet there.
Oh, okay.
So I had said that arcane cultists was the Rank and file, correct?
Twisted Bloodline is what you have there.
Okay, so we'll go with Arcane Cultists as the rank and file.
Okay.
And then the Twisted Bloodline have become the leadership.
Oh, I guess technically you could keep the Monster Servants as your governance if you wanted to.
Because I'm not required to change my governance.
Yeah, it just has to be the opposite of the it has to be one of the other two from the rank
Right.
file. Yeah. So you're good if you want to keep it as Monster Servants.
I'll let the Monster Servants stay. So we got Lore and Echoes.
And that makes sense
Pride
though, because
and
so
wealth.
it's the New Harmony becomes less about the people with the Twisted Bloodline and more about like all the people who want to come join who are just arcane cultists. None of them, they're not necessarily all weird and twisted. They're just like cultists. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
As you get more and more like rank and file people joining.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Any assets changes?
Let me just understand what the age turn looks like for Enlightened Madness. Doesn't look like the age turn resets my Enlightened Madness.
No, I don't think it does.
Cool. So we'll have to keep in mind the free threes that I get
Yeah. Yep.
on the board.
That's cool.
Because they're not just free threes, they're also constraints.
Yep.
On my
Cool.
Wait, huh? How does that work?
What are you looking at?
Oh. Governance. Okay, so I don't actually get I don't get 4 threes. I get 2 threes.
You get 2. Yeah.
Okay, so those will be Pride and
Pride
Wealth,
and
the
Wealth,
Arcane
yeah.
Cultists ones. Okay, that makes more sense. Cool. I only get these assets to choose from, correct?
Yes, but there's also the blank space there, so you could write in something.
Blank space?
Right there with the how do you fight, how are you defended, how do you travel. There's like the blank
What
option.
useful expertise can you draw on?
Yeah, so there's the blank space next to the 3 options that you can choose, and then a blank option that you can write in.
Oh, I'm not staring at the playbook, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, I never picked an expertise.
Because you can only pick 3.
Oh, that's
unless
right.
you get
Okay.
the extra gear option thing.
I'm pretty content with what I've got.
Yeah, I think so too. That makes sense. Nothing substantially has happened to the New Harmony to like get them to change any of these things.
Right.
So, Jared, what are you doing for the last watch?
As you can see, I helpfully checked what's gonna be new.
Okay.
What I changed.
Do you not have Hellhounds then anymore?
Nope. You said I had to change it after.
You don't have to. You just can.
Oh.
I'm
Josh
required to
had
by
to.
my playbook.
Yeah, Josh had to because of the playbook. So if you want to keep Hellhounds, you can.
I like the erase one of your target's surplus.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's a need.
Okay, yeah, just know that you can't use tech and data interchangeably now.
Yeah. I mean, I've had tech once so far, so
yeah.
And I'm settled.
And you're settled. Yeah, that makes total sense. Only you and the GM know the borders of your holdings. So when someone invades your perimeter, you can always have evidence of two of their identity, their location, or the time of the breach. That's pretty cool. So nobody exactly knows the extent of the Last Watch's perimeter here, but you know as soon as they enter it. That's pretty cool.
And since you said for assets can change too, I mean, can I just make terraforming rifles? Because
Sure.
right now it's just a sniper rifle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're just taking advantage of the terraforming guns more and more.
I think it makes sense that no one knows where their borders are because they just sort of figured out how to. Well, I mean, the most basic form of how to move around inside Azimuth, and Azimuth teleports you pretty much to random places.
Right.
So it makes sense that they could just go around.
Yeah.
And no one knows exactly where they're at.
Yeah, totally. What's it called? What I'm trying to think of words here. What tags does it have? The terraforming guns.
Area.
So it's obviously, is it ranged or far?
Let's do far.
Yeah. Far
Area,
area.
and I think it was brutal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does it need to be aberrant?
Not necessarily. I mean,
it's not like a bullet, right?
yeah, but it's not
terraforming.
necessarily magic, right? So,
Well, no, but fire is aberrant.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be magical, right? It just says it's not like a bullet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think have we ever established that terraforming guns can just, like, shoot fire?
No, but my point is that if something as mundane as fire is considered aberrant, then something that is changing the molecular
I see
structure of
what
your
you're
body
saying.
by contacting you is more aberrant.
That's entirely fair. Yeah.
I don't know. That was just the thought.
Whoa.
But yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so let's do aberrant instead of brutal, and then you can always add tags when you gear up for a mission, though. So. Cool. And then Carly, you change anything?
What can I change?
Traditions, lifestyle, doctrine, or assets. Any of those.
I think the doctrine might change to the nemesis.
You hunt those that would hurt the innocents that still survive. When you battle a supernatural threat, say whether your supernal wrath terrifies or inspires all witnesses. I mean, that's cool. Yeah, you definitely have gone away from being the restorers, the seek the aid of others to bring the world back into harmony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think my assets, how do you fight would change from a herald's trumpet to a scepter of judgment.
Oh, yeah. That's so cool. And it's ranged and brutal.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
The heralds are changing a bit.
Mm-hmm. Do you still
Sounds
have
like Sauron's mace.
Yeah, right? In the prologue of Lord of the Rings, yeah. That's so cool. You still have the blessed jewelry and you're summoned by threats of that which is holy?
Probably not the jewelry, probably
ceremonial armor. Yeah. Ceremonial armor, regal and tough.
Yeah. And then I think threats to that which is holy is going to stay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that's so cool.
Going to war.
Mm-hmm. And I love that it's a scepter of judgment too, because there's the other option is your sacred blade, which would be the obvious one. But a scepter of judgment is like, we're judging you. Like the judgment of God is coming, and we are part of it. Like,
yeah, my thought was like, oh, God's actually coming back.
Yeah.
Maybe the heralds are like, oh wait, we need to serve him in a different way now because he's actually coming to like.
Because I'm sure that Cassius would have told you, right? Right,
Yeah.
Cassius? Yeah, you would have told the
Space
heralds
Jesus.
like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that you're space Jesus, that you contacted God. Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's great. And Harahel
You
was
know
already
that-
moving the faction in that direction, right? And so whoever's taking over next is going to be like, all right, this is what we're doing. Yeah.
Hey, you know that deity that you spent years wishing you could hear from? Yeah, I touched an orb and just kind of met him the other day. He's
Hey,
pretty cool. He's pretty
new number,
big.
who dis?
He's coming.
New number who dis. That's great. I need to choose this stuff. I just realized that. For the Hellbreakers, real quick. Let's see. Well, I don't think they're a ragtag band of survivors anymore. I think they may be the righteous proletariats. I think that might be what they are now. Heavy industrial gear hasn't changed. Their governance definitely has changed from true town hall democracy. I mean, this changed a while ago, but to elected commissaries, probably headed by Riva, obviously. Cool. Is their lifestyle still settled? I think so. I think they're still settled in Kelith. And their doctrine is definitely going to change from solidarity to revenge. When you oppress a prosperous community, delete all their treaties on you. That's so cool. That's amazing. Oh man, I'm going to use that.
Heads up. Riva's marching to war too.
Yeah. How do you fight? Heavy and menacing tools is probably still the same. Industrial exosuits obviously isn't going to change. How do you travel? I still want it to be horses. Like, it's just cool for them to be knights. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to change anything else. Okay, cool. Next, you name a new custom they developed to remember this age. So this is just like a cultural thing, real quick. So perihelions.
I did say, or want to say, they probably don't have planes anymore. That doesn't really feel like it fits.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I meant to go back.
No, you're fine. I think I might switch to the ground vehicle one, like they converted
a land fortress.
Yeah. And I think there was... Oh, yeah. So I thought it would be cool. So the faction really focuses around living in their...
On the readout, yeah.
On the readout. So I thought it would be cool to change the... what is it? It's a lifestyle from Travelers of the Labyrinth, which is the thing that makes it so that I guess technically we were supposed to know how to travel through the readout because that's our lifestyle.
I mean, it does just say it can take you. It doesn't necessarily mean you.
Yeah, but I don't think that would define our lifestyle unless we knew how to interact with it, or at least interacted with it in a way that was safe enough to be a lifestyle.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But it doesn't. I mean, we've already established that's not the case, so it doesn't matter. But I thought since we're not even there, I mean, I guess it still works. But I thought it might be cool if all of the old perihelion
ghost things,
yeah, that were around are now like free or maybe a little crazy even.
Right.
Which is the other option.
The haunted castle.
Yeah, the haunted castle. Yes. Ghostly defenders relentlessly hunt intruders.
Oh, that's amazing. So the ghost perihelions are just like a plague on your space now, Jared.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
David changed.
Did you said plague?
Oops. Trigger word.
Carly has a plague.
Oh, yeah.
That's true, but I mean,
nanotech ghost perihelions.
It's true.
It's all probably
supposed
related,
to be in the readout, but it doesn't have to be, I suppose. And it's my lifestyle.
There were heralds that came back from the readout.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The weird thing is that it's my lifestyle, and it doesn't really feel like any of them have anything to do with the lifestyle of the people anymore because they don't live there. But that's sort of just because I'm taking them out of the thing that is.
I mean, David, we could honestly just give them a different readout if we wanted to. Right? Azimuth could just become a thing in the sky, and now the perihelions build something somewhere else. It's not going to be as glorious, but...
Yeah, that would take a lot of working to...
I'm just putting that out as an option if you wanted to.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I can...
Yeah, just think about it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Cool.
They build a pole barn out in the field. All the ghosts are mad because it's too simple, so it becomes the haunted pole barn out in the field.
Yeah. Well, land fortresses sounds like a kind of thing you would live in anyways. Mm-hmm. So I thought maybe... I haven't looked at the options for readout, so I don't know if that translates, but I thought it might be cool to have like flotilla, as it were, or I guess they call that a fleet.
A fleet,
of
yeah.
like
Caravan.
Caravan,
Yeah,
would be a
kinda,
good land
either
word
way.
for it.
Yeah, I mean, I know you get like fleets of trucks, but either way, for of those, and maybe that could be the thing instead.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So names. Everybody names a new custom they developed to remember this age. Just like a real simple thing, like what's something they do now that they didn't do before that's like reminiscent of what happened in the age. David?
Something they do now they didn't.
It's like a
do
cultural thing, right? Like a custom.
Okay.
And it could be as simple as like a greeting that they do now, like, yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, I think it's sort of the opposite of, well, because the thing is, they used to be really isolationist, but it was really easy to do because it was impossible to get there anyways. Now they're isolationist, but they're just in big trucks. So I feel like sort of the opposite, where they have almost a system of forewarning when people they don't recognize are around, and they, have a system of like keeping people out of their, or away rather from their fleet or caravan.
I mean, that's a custom in and of itself, right? It's just the like traveling caravan of fortresses that like the way that functions is probably like a particular kind of idiosyncrasy of the new perihelions.
It's true.
However they do that, right? Yeah. It's almost like a roving band of raiders, except they don't actually touch anybody. They just kind of travel around.
Yeah, they're just really high. It's like if Egyptian monarchy decided to become gypsies.
You're right, yeah. Someone else became the pharaoh and everybody got kicked out, and they're like, well, we still want our power. I don't know.
They didn't feel any less important for it.
Exactly, yeah. Josh, what do you think about the new harmony?
So I think it's maybe not so much a tradition as much as it is just like a thing, like a cultural shift.
Yeah.
With the coming in of the folks from the Hellbreakers, and the two cultures becoming much closer together, a lot of the Hellbreakers construction and like building things, that's kind of part of their focuses, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of theming. So a lot of the art and the design of the more physical arts side of the New Harmony is really shifted away from just abstract sculpture to actual like architecture.
Yeah.
And like designing impossible buildings and such.
Right, but that actually work. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like seemingly impossible geometries and buildings, and how do we? And so that's been the shift. Is away from sculpture toward architecture.
That's really cool. I like that. Jared, last watch. If you're there.
I'm here. They pray to space Jesus.
Is it literally like the last watch becomes like worshippers of God?
Yeah, they
now?
become yes and no. Some of them are just like, I mean, he was a good guy, but I mean, he wasn't space Jesus.
So are you saying that they worship you? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, they think I'm like, oh, God's prophet.
Right. Okay.
But then other people are just like, no, he was just a good guy.
Okay, sure. You become Jesus in their mythology, and however they take that, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, sure. Carly, what do you think about the heralds?
I mean, there's just the obvious thing of like they're pretty much all equipped to fight now,
Warriors
rather than
now, yeah.
before. There were some just messengers like Harhel that also did some fighting, but were mainly just like travelers going around doing various things.
Yeah, I love the idea that like there is a caste system, right? Like these robot angels are like specifically made for different things, but I love the idea of them like retrofitting or changing the armor or whatever of the models as they all become warrior models, right? And maybe it's obvious at first, like which ones were retrofitted from messengers to warriors, but like it's happening, and everybody's going to war now.
Do they have to stand out in a big red lightning storm for the armor to change?
Right.
The
Exactly.
What was the name of the librarian character? The research character that I created?
Dr. Davishi in a sewer.
No.
The Herald.
The
The
Herald.
Herald quick character I had.
Oh yeah. Muriel.
Yeah, Muriel got retrofit. The giant butcher's cleaver of a. No, sorry, they're scepters of judgment. So
I mean, there are some with swords.
hers is just. Hers looks like. Hang on. Hers is just especially brutal looking.
Yeah. I did say before that the Heralds were kind of like, I mean, from what I've seen from them so far, they're like a mix between like the Khandra, the Parshendi, and what was it? Well, there was one other thing.
Terraceman, right?
Yeah. I feel like there was something else besides that, but that fits too. I don't remember. But yeah, there's a lot of that going on there for sure. Because they're all like isolated, or they were, but now they're becoming, It's literally like a bunch of Khandra decided to change forms to be storm form now. Yeah.
And it's also
awesome.
A bunch of keepers being like, oh, we actually have to fight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Hang on, let me look up this book about the martial traditions of some of the most successful civilizations in history.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Everybody adds one new threat, opportunity, or faction to the map. I put everybody in the map thing real quick. I think there's maybe a few things that get taken off first. Maybe there's... Oh yeah, adds adjust maps elements to fit the fortunes and trials chosen. I think real quick, I'm going to take off the upcoming resurgence of the Seed of the Fall. That was secret anyway, so you guys didn't even know about it. But I don't think that's going to come back anytime soon. Is there anything else that like isn't around?
The whole bit about unlocking Reva's cloak
Doesn't really matter anymore.
Removed from the Crypt of a Thousand Years, though it is still a place of discord and power.
It is.
Caleb, I have no clue what I have on here because all of my things are hidden.
Yeah, I can show
I forgot
you.
about that.
Yeah. Dang it. No. There we go. Here, wait. I should be able to take a screenshot of this. Crap. Josh, what's the screenshot hotkey thing on Windows?
Windows Shift S.
No, I don't want to take the whole screen. There you go. Perfect.
Windows, yeah, I was gonna say it should freeze the screen and let you click drag. I think that's the default.
I'm sending you a screenshot, Jared, of my screen with the
on what medium are you sending
stuff?
It to me?
Facebook.
Oh,
okay. Where did it get saved to? I can't find it.
Oh, it doesn't save. It copies to your clipboard.
Have we used all of these places?
No, we haven't really used all of them. So there's stuff on here that like actually hasn't come up yet. So
the market that's turned into a war zone.
Yeah, that didn't come up really yet. Where is this? Downloads, pictures. I saved this. Right? What's going on? Can't find this.
I'm still in love with that arena.
You need to
I
hit
know.
Alt F4.
I'm just trying to find where this.
Heard him
So-
say it copies to clipboard, right? Not-
Yeah, if
Yeah,
it copies
but
to
I
clipboard,
saved
depending
it
on the
then, too.
platform, you can Control V to paste just directly into Messenger.
Ah, boom! I did it.
Because
You're a genius.
there are I don't understand how it does it anymore.
I
but
don't either. Yeah.
image data on the clipboard can be pasted into various things that you wouldn't expect it to be able to. It's the
Yeah. So
wildest
the
stuff,
stuff
but it
that's like
works.
obviously like faded a little bit, Jared, is your stuff.
Oh, okay. I didn't know I had any of these. Man. Okay.
But yeah. Anything else you think would go away on this?
I'll take that as a no.
You guess not. Okay. What do you? Everybody gets to add one thing then.
What are our options?
Yeah, I'll officially. I mean, anything. Literally, it's like, well, the thing is, it tells you is like opportunity, threat, or faction. But that's pretty broad. So
I would like to add a verdant field just filled with crops right next to Adam.
okay. I mean, you can do that as an opportunity.
That was a joke.
No, I'm saying you could put crops somewhere as an opportunity. It just can't like be within your control already.
Yeah. That was a joke.
I know it was. Yeah. You know me, Jared. I like to take your jokes and make them reality.
We know.
We noticed. Can I put a we'll go with something like an eerily quiet suburb
Ooh.
on the outskirts of Kelith. That's the home for the New Harmony.
Oh, right, of course.
Okay, I know what I want to add. Oh, this is good.
So I'm adding a faction to the map. It's my
Right.
faction, but
Yeah.
we're not on the map yet because we've been living in anywhere and everywhere, all the rat holes we can find.
What are you doing, Jared?
Is there a limit to how big it can be?
I mean, tell me what it is, and we can decide that.
A rift in the sky.
What? Like?
Yeah, remember? I opened up a rift for God. This time it's.
Oh, you want it to be like visible?
Yeah.
Okay. What does it look like?
Kind of like an abora. How do you say that? An abora borealis.
Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights.
Yeah, kind of like that, but like just like along like a silver crack.
Right.
Spreading over. Where do you think that would over Azimuth? Maybe.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be through Azimuth. Were you in Azimuth when it happened?
Well, yes, but it was like.
But it's
it
like
wasn't
above.
like
Yeah. It's
in the. Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. There you go. Rift in the sky like a silver crack. David or Carly, what do you think?
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something too. I was trying to think of maybe like a faction, but I think we have enough factions between the players that we probably don't need that.
Yeah.
So a threat was an option,
There you
right?
go. Yeah. Threat.
Okay, I think it would be cool if there was a threat from the tear in the sky.
Ooh, like what?
Like, I was kind of thinking it would be fun to have the reverse of every other thing, where the abyss opens up and demons come out, and it's more like heaven opens up and and not angel kind of things come out and like are just as dangerous.
What if we say a rift in the sky like a silver crack, bleeding out pure harmonia? So it's less like actual creatures and more like solar flares of pure harmonic energy that like can destroy things and is dangerous.
I like the idea because I always thought it was cool, sort of as an opposite of chaos and stuff. If it like strips people of their ability to reason or like their will or whatever. So like if it hits them, instead of making them go nuts, it like lose
Makes
the
them-
ability to do anything but the
They just
most
go
optimally
catatonic?
pro-god thing. They just become like monks basically, but without the ability to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines, right?
Yeah,
like,
I get what
it doesn't
you're
have to
saying,
be
but,
that
like-
intelligent. It could be catatonic or something like that. But where they're, it just like
The
removes-
opposite of chaos, yeah.
it removes the chaotic variable of choice and reasoning.
Yeah, something like
Or
that
thought,
could be.
I
Yeah,
guess.
but I'll think about that. And yeah, but I like that. Cool. Carly,
It's like
is there like
celestial radiation?
right? Yeah, Carly, is there a like a training ground or a fortress or any other warlike thing?
I don't know.
Parade ground where angels train for war.
It could be like a judgmental thing. You could have like a gallows, but not.
I don't know. I mean, they
Or
have their
court.
whole ship already, so
Yeah.
A mighty courtroom where the world is judged. I'm sorry. I love the way these things are phrased, and I can't help but
I
come
know,
up with
yeah.
more.
I like that. I like that corn picture that you posted.
The what?
The corn.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Go ahead and send that to her.
Yeah, what do you think, Carly? Anything like that, or?
probably not.
Mm-hmm. So threat, opportunity, or faction. I mean, we could just put on the map the Kraken.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Just be like, an eldritch horror.
What did you say?
That horror
Okay.
that hunts the servants of God. There you go. Okay, cool. I think there's only one or two things left on here. Decide whether to keep their old character playbook, move their original character to a new playbook, or build a new one from scratch. Then they trigger a roll move of their choice.
Well, I'm gonna have to make a new character from scratch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you'll make a new character from scratch. You'll get to trigger another roll move,
What does that mean?
I think. Right? I think that's what that means, right?
I don't know.
Because normally,
Well,
I'm just asking
you
everybody else.
pick a
'cause-
role when you make a character, right?
Right,
So
but then if it says here, then they trigger a roll move of the choice, I assume you could do a different one, right? You could do two.
I suppose.
We can just decide that now. If we're making a new character, do they get two or just the one that they normally get?
Can you read the wording to me again?
You decide whether to keep their old character playbook, move their original character to a new playbook, or build a new one from scratch. Then they trigger a roll move of their choice. I mean, it sounds like no matter
Yeah, it
what.
does say that.
Yeah.
Um,
So I guess they get to choose two.
yeah, that makes sense.
Does it make a new one? Yeah, so you get to choose two roll moves. Basically, you'll get to do something that you were before and now what you are, and then you get a stat increase or a move extra. Sort
No,
of thing.
we just did a roll thing for a Scander. Does he get another one then? If I pick him as the character?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna run out of rolls. But I suppose it makes sense because this has been 5 years since he did that,
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
wouldn't still be walking around trying to figure out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could say that's what he did during that time, and now he's
Right.
on to something else. Yeah. Josh, you gonna stick with Episciatzos?
I think for now, It's
Yeah.
probably a
makes
reasonable
sense.
thing.
It's entirely possible he just
Mostly-
dies. So
I'm gonna be honest. I don't have the energy to create a new character tonight.
I mean, you don't have to do it tonight. This is just like, what
So-
are you going to do?
I'm not making
I
one.
on.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to think about a new character.
Sure.
A fresh character. Somebody with a little less
Creepiness.
insidious bent.
Yeah.
Maybe more of a nation builder kind of character.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If you can't tell, I got a new theme.
Mm-hmm.
But
impossible architecture, right? Including wonders, possibly.
mm-hmm.
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 Cool.
Yeah. So I will mull over this character
Sure thing.
and hopefully have something to speak of when we next come back around.
Sounds good. Yeah, and feel free to. We can make these characters like off screen too, and just work on them and stuff. Jared, are you gonna keep with Cassius?
Stick with Space Jesus. Oh, you know it.
Then you get to trigger a roll move of your choice. I guess you're not a prophet anymore.
Okay.
I mean, if you, I don't know, like, if something
I don't know
else
what that
makes more
means.
sense, because obviously you were a prophet for those 5 years.
Mhm.
Just real quick, I'm gonna look at your playbook real quick just to see if what the other ones look like.
I think the other one's leader.
The only ones you haven't. Okay, so I mean, technically, if you mark one more, retire to safety and narrate an epilogue using as much as your death move as you wish. I don't know if that actually.
I don't think that applies to characters with the
That's what I'm wondering.
immortal thingy, because
right?
the whole point is that they can come back from age to age, which
I
would
guess,
be a stupid
yeah.
rule if you could do that anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The other ones, Jared, are that you haven't marked yet are rebel, outsider, and traitor.
The other thing is that if you switch playbooks, I'm pretty sure that just resets because all the roles are different
Yes.
in a
Yeah.
playbook. So
Yeah,
if
you can also choose a different playbook if you wanted to.
Yeah, if you wanted to be a prophet or whatever again as the role, but as a different playbook, you could
That's
do
true.
that.
Yeah. We can just think about that too.
What are the playbooks?
There's a lot of them, and they'd have to talk about that off screen.
Hey, hey, David, what's the OP one that you have that allows you to get a bunch of stat boosts?
That's
the
being my faction.
Oh.
That's the reason that my faction is so bad in the turn is because it makes one really super awesome character.
David did the thing he does in RPGs where he makes a really OP character, and the problem in this game is that the faction suffered.
Is that a family move?
Yeah, so basically he starts out with a level up.
I didn't know that was your. Oh, dang it! I would have chosen that as a family move.
Wait a second. Are you talking to Jared about his playbook there? He's just like a magic person?
No, I thought that's what he was saying too. But the playbook itself is pretty cool. It's the
Yeah.
But I think we already talked about this, and we
yeah, we did.
we decided that you wouldn't necessarily be that. But we can talk about that. Just think about it. What you might want to do. And when we start again, we'll
The thing
have
that made
changed
him
things.
overpowered was that picking that rule made him get extra stuff, and he's had a bunch of extra level ups basically from the fact that he is that character that I picked. That's the only reason that he's like that.
So that's is that a move that I could steal?
Well, so it's technically a move that you already have. It's the one that made your character immortal. The problem is that the way the move works is when you make the character, they start out with an extra level up, and you weren't making the character. You were taking a move that made the character stick around for forever.
Gotcha.
That's the same move that does it. And then also my doctrine for my faction just automatically gives me an extra stat boost.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what it is, actually. I think probably.
I can't steal
as well.
that, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately, yeah, that's not a move.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
figure
I think about that out.
eventually.
Well, cool. I mean, I think that's probably it for the age turn stuff. That was cool. Yeah, I like the direction this is all going. I'm really excited to see the Cold War that's going to start now between Josh and Jared as they both seek to build nuclear armaments in the form of wonders and get everyone else on their side. That is basically, this game has literally become Jared versus Josh.
I love you, Josh.
And it's really fun. It's really fun to me. So, cool. Yeah, I think that's it. We'll be back next time with the Hellbreaker Sequence, Season 2. Adios, everybody.